Tonight, a new day, a new wildfire. People and businesses near Paddy's Pond are ordered to evacuate.
I'm going back to my house now with my parents and do some prep. If, important papers, things, the evacuation list I have on my phone.
It's hard to comprehend how hard this really is, right?
Fire projections show that the growth may reach Ochre Pit Cove this evening.
Literally, we had 5 to 10 minutes to get out.
The $300,000 statue that once stood here has been found in pieces.
We can announce today officially that Amelia is back in Harbour Grace, and we're going to get her back where she belongs.
I'll have more coming up later in the show.
Good evening and welcome to Here and Now. We begin with breaking forest fire news. Yet another wildfire erupted on the island today, and it's growing fast. Officials say an out-of-control fire burning on the Avalon is on the move, traveling along a pole line near Paddy's Pond. People in the area have been ordered to clear out, and a portion of the highway is closed tonight. Now, earlier today, RCMP had to shut down the stretch of the Trans-Canada Highway that runs between Pitts Memorial Drive and the Outer Ring Cloverleaf and the Foxtrap Access Road. Now, that section of the TCH has since reopened, but secondary roads in the Paddy's Pond evacuation area are still closed, including southbound traffic on Fowler's Road at Peacekeepers Way. Now, it's a situation that's changing by the minute. The CBC's Ryan Cook has the latest details, and he joins us now live from Galway. So, Ryan, what have you been seeing on the ground?
Well, we're here at the water tower near Galway, and you can see the towering smoke behind me. And Carolyn, it is windy here, winds gusting to 45 in a westerly direction. And that's pushing all the smoke back towards us, back towards St. John's. Now, I was speaking earlier with Carl Ridgely, who's the Ward 5 councillor for this area of the city, and the former Gould's fire chief. He told me he's very concerned by what he's seeing here.
With the wind that's after picking up now in the last 45 minutes and the direction that it's headed, I'm very concerned for the city and, the residents of Ward 5 that, right now the wind is headed directly towards them. There's a long ways to go. I'm hoping that the fire break at Paddy's Pond, now I say fire break, I'm talking about the highway itself, is going to help this fire and help the firefighters deal with it.
Along a transmission line near Paddy's Pond, and it's spread quickly. The most recent estimate is 170 hectares, but officials say it's growing fast. The highway was closed just before 4 o'clock at the CBS exits and the Foxtrap Access Road, severing the metro region from the rest of the province for a period of time. Now, people that we've spoken with here, they say that they're worried. There's been so many fires recently, including we spoke with one woman who's been picking up pieces of broken glass and plastic in hopes of avoiding a spark.
I'm actually concerned because the way the wind is blowing, it's blowing over this way, and Paddy's Pond actually in driving distance is only 15 minutes away. So that's actually pretty scary. You can see the smoke from there. It's just you want to get home, and where I live with my senior parents, it's just you want to go home. I want to go home and make sure that they're not getting nervous and stuff, and be there with them so that we can kind of be there together. But I'm hoping actually you can see a little bit of it different, but I'm going to go home and just make sure that my parents are okay.
Now, officials say that power disruptions can be expected since this fire is burning along a transmission line. There have been 2 water bombers on the fire throughout the afternoon in hopes of keeping this from becoming another out-of-control wildfire that threatens homes and businesses. Carolyn?
Thanks so much, Ryan. That's CBC's Ryan Cook reporting. Now, staying with the Paddy's Pond fire, those power lines Ryan mentioned do pose complications for crews on the ground and in the air. Fire duty officer Mark Lawler describes how that infrastructure is affecting firefighting efforts.
In order for us to work around those power lines, we need the power cut. We can't drop water from a water bomber on a hot power line. That could be serious issue for the aircraft and the pilots, what have you. Likewise, ground crews, we need power turned off, so that will impact the citizens of the Northeast Avalon for sure.
And we'll hear a little bit more from Mark Lawler later in the show. And starting today, anyone forced to evacuate their home due to wildfires will be entitled to compensation. Now, this includes anyone evacuated in prior fires this season, including evacuees of Conception Bay North back in May. The Canadian Red Cross will be giving out one-time assistance packages of $500 per household. To access that assistance, you must register with the Red Cross either by phone, online, or in person at a community registration center. Minister John Haggie had this message today.
The eligible residents will receive this money as soon as possible, and it will be either electronic funds, a prepaid card, a check, or alternate arrangements as required. I suspect the first two would be the quickest and easiest for the majority of individuals, but it's up to you depending on your circumstances.
And there is a new phone number for those who need to register with the Canadian Red Cross. We're putting that new number there up on the screen for you. And this is for anyone who needs assistance as a result of the wildfires or anyone looking to register. Now, the province's wildfire dashboard shows 8 fires burning in the province tonight, including in Conception Bay North near Kingston, where that fire remains out of control this evening. Now, the Premier has said that unfortunately more structures in that part of the province had been lost. So let's bring in reporter Julia Israel, who's been speaking with some of the residents forced to flee their homes. She joins us now live from Carbonear. So, Julia, what have you been hearing today?
Well, of course, Carolyn, the fire continues to spread here in Conception Bay North. And with the high winds, as you can see, and the heat still beating down, more residents continue to flee their homes and come here to Carbonear Academy to register with the Red Cross. Now, for a number of communities in Conception Bay North, this is the second evacuation order they've received since the beginning of the wildfire season. And for all evacuees, this new reality is still very hard to believe.
It's a real big nightmare. My kids are crying every day that they want to go home. Actually, yesterday when we were watching the live on Facebook, they did say that there was homes in Western Bay gone. So my first question for my daughter, she's 7 years old. She said that she hoped and she prayed that Nanny's still got a house to go home to.
No matter where evacuees spend the night, doors at evacuation centers are open 24/7 with 3 meals a day, entertainment, and mental health services.
There's been a lot of uncertainty among individuals. There's been a lot of changes even since I've been here. Evacuees are just looking for information and stuff. So the role of the Salvation Army is to make sure that everybody gets a nutritious meal, which we've been doing.
The province says there are no reports of additional structures lost since Sunday. But for those forced out of their homes, the uncertainty of knowing where to get the right information and what to believe is another stressful issue.
You find out from some friends, but you don't know if the information is true. Like I said, last night we had people telling us that our homes were still in stand in Western Bay, my grandmother's and my mother's, and then we had messages saying your house is gone, it's out through Riverhead. It's just really hard to find out the true information.
While people may be worried about the many unknowns of this evolving emergency situation, there is no shortage of support for those in need.
Like I said, everybody is heartbroken, everything is going down, but these small communities, it's just absolutely amazing to see how everybody is coming together. Like honestly, if you're away from your home now, you can come to this Carbonear Academy and you'll have everything that you need from socks to put on your feet, to clothes to wear, to a meal, to a place to lay your head. It's truly amazing.
The fire currently measures about 5,200 hectares, up from around 3,000 over the weekend. But the province says that the growth has slowed, which is a good sign. And with 80 or more military personnel expected to arrive in the coming days, we're seeing that there's going to be some improvement. Julia Israel, CBC News, Carbonear.
Well, the 2025 Canada Summer Games are underway after the opening ceremonies kicked off on Saturday. Athletes from across the country have taken over the Northeast Avalon and are giving their all for medals in 19 different sports over the next 2 weeks. Jeremy Eaton has been taking in some of the action today, and he joins us now live from the ACK Arena in St. John's. So, Jeremy, what is the atmosphere like there this evening?
It is incredibly loud in here. What you're seeing here behind us is some of the finals. So basically the swimmers enter races earlier in the day and then the top times compete in the finals. And that's what you're seeing here behind us. So there are medals going to be handed out. And on the topic of medals, the first medal won by Newfoundland and Labrador at this year's Canada Games was by this fellow. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Gavin Baggs.
Gavin, what did you win your medal in last night?
400 freestyle para.
How did that feel to not only win a medal at the Canada Games, but to win it here at your in St. John's?
It felt amazing, honestly. Like, I've been to 4 Canada Games now, this being my 4th, and I haven't won a medal until yesterday. So to win my first Canada Games medal in my home province and to get the province their first medal of the games, it's truly special.
That's awesome. But you're not done, I understand. Are you swimming again, and what are you swimming? What are you competing in?
I'm swimming tonight 100-meter freestyle para.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much. Congratulations. Just want to introduce yourself real quick.
Hi, my name is Alexandra Campbell.
Alexandra, what are you swimming tonight?
Tonight I'm in the 50 freestyle A final and the B final, and the 200 backstroke A final.
What's it like? Normally when you have swim meets around, there's usually a lot of swimmers, not this many fans. What's that been like, having all these fans here?
It's amazing to be able to perform in front of my home crowd, and for my grandparents to be able to come and watch me, because otherwise they wouldn't be able to travel and see me. And just to have all these amazing swimmers come to St. John's is such a great opportunity.
Now, you are a member of the St. John's Legends, correct? What's it like being back in the ACK Arena after being out for so long?
I really like to train long course, so it's great because it really gives us an advantage when we come to competitions like this where we have to race 50 meters, so it's been awesome. It's a really nice pool. They've kind of done it up a little, so it's nice, yeah.
I'm just going to walk right through it. Just introduce yourself real quick.
My name is James Travers.
James, what are you swimming tonight?
Tonight I'm swimming the 200 backstroke A final and the mixed 4x100 medley relay.
Is there any added pressure? I know that you've been to many national events before, but is there any added pressure on you as a swimmer swimming here in front of the hometown crowd?
Absolutely, but as me and my coach always say, that pressure is a privilege.
And do you have any expectations for tonight? Unfair question, I know, but I'll put you on the spot.
I would just like to have fun and represent Newfoundland well.
You're doing a great job. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. So that's the end of us chatting to these swimmers. We're going to be back later on to talk about volleyball. Reporting live for Here and Now, I'm Jeremy Eaton in St. John's.
Well, all eyes definitely on the weather over the next couple of days because of the numerous fires that are burning across the province. We do have the Kingston fire, which is showing up on radar, and so is the Paddy's Pond fire at the moment. And we can see that Kingston fire there, the Paddy's Pond fire to the south. And if we take a look at what's going on across the province, or at least across the Northern Avalon, air quality alert, no surprise. Those of you that are downwind of those fires will see very poor quality air as we head through the night tonight. Now, as far as what's going on, 3 things. Very hot out there, 25 degrees right now in St. John's. We take a look at the relative humidity, also very low, 39%. And with those winds out of the west-southwest now gusting between 30 to as much as 50 kilometers per hour, we are going to continue to see that smoke in the downwind areas where you are right now. And we're looking at that through the overnight and into tomorrow. By the time we get into tomorrow morning, the winds will be about 20 to 40 kilometers per hour, but still out of the southwest.
provincial government has gone to the Supreme Court.
2 and sunshine in Deer Lake today.
A spokesman for the owners says a statement will be issued within a week.
Glad you could join us for Here and Now.
This is CBC.
Well, the statue of aviation pioneer Amelia Earhart has been found. The statue was stolen from Harbour Grace back in April, and the community's mayor is promising to bring the statue back to where it belongs. Here Now's Mark Quinn reports.
I never gave up hope, and the RCMP never gave up hope.
That hope that Mayor Don Coombs was harboring was rewarded early last week.
Because I received a first call last Tuesday, work with the RCMP, work with the person that contacted me.
That call was from a woman who stumbled on pieces of a statue while walking her dog on a rural road near Heart's Content. She contacted the mayor, and he put her in touch with the police. Today, Mayor Coombs saw the statue.
Believe it or not, she's in 4 or 5 pieces, but one of the RCMP officers said they were clean cuts.
The town has contacted local bronze sculptor Morgan MacDonald. Coombs says MacDonald is confident the statue, first created by Lubin Boykoff, can be returned to its original state.
It's just great to see her and that she wasn't destroyed, and I know cut up to a lot of people it's destroyed. She's not destroyed. We can rebuild her, and together we will as a community.
The Earhart statue was taken from here, the spirit of Harbour Grace Municipal Park. In 1932, Amelia Earhart was the first woman to fly across the Atlantic solo, a journey that began in Harbour Grace. Now, Coombs says his community cherishes its connection to her and aviation history.
It's everything. It's our aviation history. It's Amelia as a woman to me. I have 2 daughters, so it's Amelia as a woman showing that, you know, the sky is the limit to reach out for things.
The mayor says a reward of as much as $25,000 may be paid out to the person who helped return the statue.
So after the investigation is finished, we'll have to see how that's done and follow the proper due process.
This is still a criminal investigation, but the mayor of Harbour Grace says he hopes that one day, in the not-too-distant future, Amelia Earhart's statue will stand here again where it once stood. Mark Quinn, CBC News, Harbour Grace.
Well, Rugby Sevens is underway at the Canada Games here on the Avalon. The competition started today and ends on Wednesday. Here Now's Daryl Roberts caught up with the captains of the women's team.
We're feeling good, a bit antsy, but we're feeling good. Yeah, I feel like the team's ready. We're just a little bit nervous where we haven't played in a little while, and I think we're gonna do good, but it's obviously a better feeling being on home soil too, a lot of support. Every other time we go away, it's Tampa or Ontario or Nova Scotia. We never really have tournaments here. And so being able to be here and having our family here to actually be able to watch us is a really nice feeling.
What's the goal in the games that you're playing here at the Canada Games?
Give up a good fight. Don't give up. Don't let them go easy. Yeah, I think our goal is mainly just to show who we are. We know, especially in our smaller province, there's people who have millions to choose from, and we're so small. We had a pool of maybe 50, and so we're just really trying to prove, like Claire said, put up a good fight.
What got you into rugby? Why do you love it so much?
My family is a big rugby family, from my great-great-grandfather to my grandfather to everything like that. We have a cup here named the Goodyear Cup we all play for, so it's a big family thing, and it's good to represent Newfoundland this way, kind of close to home and everything like that, so it's really, really fantastic to be here. It's very surreal, and I love to be here and show them that I can carry on the legacy. I'm kind of the opposite. I actually started rugby because I moved here during COVID. And so my big thing with rugby was that where we were all kind of isolated, rugby was a way to make friends. And so for me, it's really the friendships and the stuff that's kept me going. And that's probably my favorite part of rugby, is just being so close with everyone.
What do you both hope you take away from this experience playing in the Canada Games?
Just meeting new people and playing at the highest level possible. Yeah, I think for me especially too, I just want to take away the fact that we know we did our best, and no matter the outcome, we just put in 100% effort.
Just another sweltering day. It seems like every day has been the same.
It really has, and we're in for more heat and even some humidity as we head through the next couple of days. Take a look at these temperatures this afternoon. 28 degrees was the daytime high in St. John's, 30 Terra Nova, Gander, 31 in Lassie, Deer Lake, Corner Brook, 35 degrees in Happy Valley Goose Bay. That is well above where we should be sitting this time of year. And no surprise that there are heat warnings and even heat warnings that have been extended now up along the northern peninsula, west coast, through the interior, all along the northeast coast to the northern Avalon, and then up across Labrador as well from the upper Lake Melville towards the coast. You are going to see some relief from this heat as we head towards Thursday at this point. So Wednesday is still going to be very hot. We're going to see that heat and humidity across the island portion of the province as well. But by the time we get into Thursday, we'll start to see some of those heat warnings drop off. Still going to hang on to the heat across the island portion of the province. And then by the time we get into Friday, we'll eventually start to see some relief, certainly by the weekend, as we can see some of that colder air. Now, we will see that heat build back in, not quite as warm as we have been seeing, but that heat will move back in by the time we get into Saturday for parts of the west coast. Now, I'm keeping my eye. I have been talking about the lack of rain. We haven't had any rain in the last week or so. And I'm keeping my eye on a little bit of a disturbance just to the south of Nova Scotia at the moment. Now, tropical outlook has about 10% chance of this forming, so it likely will not form into any tropical system, but the energy from that system is our next chance, or our best chance, I should say, at some showers in the long range. And by that, I mean by the time we get into Thursday timeframe, as the system moves north, at least the energy from it anyway, could bring some shower chances by the time we get into Thursday across the island, and then potentially even into Friday. So like I said, that is the best chance of seeing some rain. Hopefully that happens. Now, more near term, some showers and thunderstorms tonight up across parts of Labrador, where we have also seen some fires that have been sparked by lightning, but we are going to see some more shower chances as we head through the overnight tonight, particularly in Lab West. And then as we head into tomorrow morning, we'll see some shower chances again through central and coastal areas of Labrador. Now across the island portion of the province, again, no significant rain, but there is a chance by the time we get into tomorrow afternoon, a little bit of a disturbance in the upper levels may spark some showers through central along a line, and this could be some thunderstorms. So we're going to keep an eye on that if we do see anything develop at all, but we will eventually see those showers move a little bit further east towards the coast of Labrador as we head into the evening hours on Tuesday. Just generally unsettled up across the big land until we get even into Wednesday morning. Then we start to see those shower chances move in again across the island. So that is certainly good news. But again, it will be with the heat. Look at the temperatures overnight tonight, 19 to 21 degrees. That is where we should be sitting for our daytime highs, not overnight lows. Labrador even, 20 degrees in Happy Valley Goose Bay. Much cooler though towards the coast at about 8 degrees for Nain. And then there's your daytime highs for tomorrow, 33, 34 degrees through Deer Lake and parts of central. Your humidex values will be well into the 30s and maybe even the 40s tomorrow. So we'll certainly start to feel that heat and humidity. Winds will be out of the southwest again, somewhere between 20 to 40 kilometers per hour. And then for Labrador, 27 degrees in Happy Valley Goose Bay, keeping that potential for some thunderstorms in the forecast there for you. Lab West, you'll be dealing with some southwest winds gusting upwards of 50, maybe even more in some of the thunderstorms. I'll get into your long range forecast a little later.
Thanks, Ashley. Now let's return to the wildfire situation. A new fire started near Paddy's Pond this afternoon, and this comes as fire crews are already battling several other wildfires in the province. Mark Lawler is the provincial fire duty officer, and I spoke with him a short time ago.
Around midday today, we received a report that there was a fire on the power line across from Thomas's Pond, just past Paddy's Pond, and from there, we assigned a water bomber to it and a helicopter, and from that, the fire quickly it moved fast, and it's now estimated to be around 100 hectares, which may be more given that my information is probably an hour and a half old. So potentially we're looking at a fire over 100 hectares in size.
And can you talk about the resources that have been sent to tackle the Paddy's Pond fire? Are there resources being diverted away from the other fires to tackle this fire?
We have right now 3 water bombers assigned to that fire. We have helicopters assigned as well. We have our departmental firefighters assigned, and we're getting support from the St. John's Regional Fire Department.
Okay, and Newfoundland Labrador Hydro says the fire is threatening the transmission corridor. Power lines could be affected, potential power outages. And I'm wondering, does that infrastructure complicate or influence the fire suppression efforts that are underway?
In order for us to work around those power lines, we need the power cut. We can't drop water from a water bomber on a hot power line. That could be serious issue for the aircraft and the pilots, what have you. Likewise, ground crews, we need power turned off, so that will impact the citizens of the Northeast Avalon for sure.
The Kingston fire is still the biggest in the province. Can you tell us the latest on that fire?
Yeah, the latest on that one is that it's still out of control. There is fire activity on that one today. We expect that fire will grow again when we get out tomorrow and have a look at it. There was water bombers on the northern side of that fire today. We had a fire break built in the north. However, that break was breached, so we're now evaluating a new site for a fire break. The fire break in the south, we continue work on that one, and as well we had crews on the ground on the southern flank of that fire working, and we had helicopters again in the communities working on open flame and hotspots in the communities.
And we also have the Martin Lake fire. How are things looking there?
The Martin Lake fire today, still out of control. We had some really windy conditions there in the Martin Lake area today. We're expecting some growth on the northeast section of that fire, given the conditions. We had the water bombers there this morning. There's helicopters there as well, working hotspots and open flame around the eastern side of that fire. We had the New Brunswick aircraft in there this afternoon working. Unfortunately, we had to pull the bulldozer and the excavators off the fire guard that we're building on the northeast section of that fire. Became too smoky, and there was issues that safety could be compromised if we left them in the area. So although my last report was that there was no significant growth, we're still looking at an hour and a half of peak burning time. So there could be some growth on that fire today.
Well, Mark Lawler, I really appreciate this update. Good luck to you and the fire crews out there. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care.
Now, we just learned that the Premier and other government officials will be holding another media availability tonight to give an update on the wildfire situation. That's expected to come at 7:15, just after Here and Now, and will be live streamed on the government's YouTube channel. The race is on to clean up the shipwreck near Lark Harbor. It's been 6 months since the Baltic 3 went aground, but the cleanup has faced many challenges. The CBC's Peter Cowan got to see the work up close.
We were preparing for the worst. Didn't know if people were going to be coming ashore or if we was going to have to do a rescue or what, but the conditions, was waves coming right up to here.
Jeff Childs was one of the first to arrive in Cedar Cove on Newfoundland's west coast on February 15th, just as the winds smashed the Baltic 3 against the shore.
We didn't know if it was going to sink, if it was going to be people jumping overboard. We couldn't see nobody.
On board a crew of 20 waiting for rescue, on this day they actually lucked out and blew into the only beach for kilometers.
I had to put a boat ashore somewhere. This would be one of my picks right here to try to survive. Like least At least if you had to get off the boat, you may get ashore. If they went right there 200 feet, we would have been still picking up pieces yet, I think.
Because they landed here, the ship stayed intact and a rescue helicopter from Gander could reach them. But with the crews taken to safety, the ship remained on the beach, unable to move and filled with oil. It went from a rescue to one of the largest shipwreck cleanups Canada has faced in decades, and the clock is ticking.
So how important is lobster for you?
Oh, very, very important. Very important. In the last few years, lobster is probably 80% of people's incomes in this area.
The ship and its oil puts all of that at risk, and not just for Childs. Fishing is a way of life in the nearby town of Lark Harbour.
Why is it so important to get this done quickly?
If this oil don't get out, before hurricane season's potential that could break up and we could still have a spill.
And many others share his fears.
Until you're on top of it and you see the impact of it, you don't really understand. So it was shocking to me and upsetting, and I've been concerned from the moment I found out until now.
Jennifer Brake is the chief of the Halapu First Nations. She figures about 80% of the fishermen in this area are Indigenous, people who've been fishing these waters for generations.
If this isn't done right, and something does go wrong, what would that mean for your people?
It'd be devastating. Yeah, it would absolutely be devastating. All across Newfoundland, we have people that have counted on our waters to feed us and sustain us, and we don't want that to change.
The ship is owned by Mediterranean Shipping Company, the largest container shipper in the world. Cleaning it up is their responsibility. When the ship came ashore, it had 472 containers on board, carrying everything: small plastic beads, frozen meats, car parts, even bottles of whiskey.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Peter. How are you this morning?
Good.
Good. Welcome to the Incident Command Post here for the MSC Baltic.
For more than 30 years, Bruce English has responded to environmental cleanups with the Coast Guard. This is the biggest challenge he's faced.
We have another crew that's going to go out aboard of the Baltic today.
He's not worried about the containers. It's the 1,600 tons of heavy oil on board the ship that's priority number one, all tracked from this command center nearby.
Roger 224, departing dock, heading to Cedar Road.
Today, we're getting to see the cleanup close up.
So we are going to be entering a restricted area around the Baltic, so hard hats are required because anything could come off the side.
This is one of the nicer days, but the North Atlantic here is rarely smooth. Crews were hoping to unload cargo containers today, but the winds and waves are still too strong, and they're running out of time. Rougher weather is coming, and the ship and the environment here are at risk. Today, the Coast Guard and a crew from Environment Canada are getting on board for an inspection.
So why do they have to go on board?
What they're doing today, the salvage company is moving some water from one of the holes to the other, and they're hoping to access one of the tanks that's in the bottom of the vessel and take a sample from it.
Pieces of oil are showing up on the beach in the form of these tar balls. Lab testing will pinpoint where on the ship they're coming from.
We want to understand the chemistry of these tar balls.
Mark Dalton with Environment and Climate Change Canada is overseeing the work on the ground to find them and remove them.
What's the environmental impact of those tar balls?
Well, they can have an environmental impact on the birds, certainly fish, insects that birds or fish might eat, all the way up the food chain.
It's been slow getting the oil off this ship so it doesn't end up as tar balls or worse. It took months just for specialized crew and equipment to get to the site. And removing the oil isn't easy. The tanks are full of heavy fuel oil, thick enough to walk on. To pump it out, they need to heat it up with steam for up to 7 days just to pump it into tanks on the deck. Then it needs to be pumped into barges before it's transferred onto another MSC ship and carried away.
Danger isn't the only thing this ship has brought to the beach here. It's also brought tourists who hike 45 minutes just to come and see it for themselves. And for a group of women at a local church, it's brought a business opportunity.
Anybody need a drink?
Yes. What's on the menu today?
This is an easy day for us. We have hamburgers and fries today.
Okay.
Coleslaw with it, of course. We have to have something in a veggie other than potato.
Every day since the ship ended up here, Ruth Travers and these women at the nearby church have been extra busy.
Thank you, dear.
The cleanup company hired them to provide lunch for their workers. It was supposed to be just a few weeks.
They couldn't move the ship, and so they had to work with it there on the site. So that meant that we had to continue providing meals, which really has been a bonus for the church and good for us. We've made some money from it, of course, and the church needs the money.
The money they're making will be enough to buy heat pumps for the church. It's taken time, but crews are making progress. Most of the 1,600 tons of oil are off. There's still some residual oil in the tanks and about 150 more containers.
The big question everyone here is asking is, what's going to happen to this ship? There really are only two options. Either they're able to safely refloat it and tow it away, or they'll have to cut it up into small pieces.
How much uncertainty is there about the future?
Well, since day one, Peter, this is an uncertainty. That vessel is not meant to be on the rocks. It's not meant to be there. So every day that it's here, there is still concerns, and until it's fully removed, we'll remain concerned.
Thousands of people have descended on St. John's for the 2025 Canada Games, but events are happening in other parts of the metro area as well. The CBC's Jeremy Eaton is poolside at the Aquarina. But Jeremy, I understand you were hanging out at the beach volleyball court in Paradise earlier today.
Yeah, okay, first of all, let's talk about how loud it is in right here. Right now, you're looking at the 100-meter freestyle finals. Place is going mad. But earlier today, video producer Danny Arsenal and I were out and about in Paradise at the beach volleyball to take in some local action. Have a look. When people think of Newfoundland and Labrador, they normally don't think of sandy beaches. What's this court like here that you're playing on?
It's really nice. The sand is super nice, and the nets are great. It's a great facility.
Yeah, I love it. The sand is so good, especially for the sand here in NL. These are definitely the best courts we've gotten so far. So hopefully they stick around. My name is Sylvie Lemoyne.
Catherine Smadilla.
Where are you from?
I go to school here. Yeah.
And you?
I'm from Corner Brook.
Playing for the home crowd here, there's so much energy. Everyone's always bringing so much energy. The Athletes Village is amazing, going around seeing all the athletes and becoming friends with different provinces. It's a really cool experience. I really like coming here and making my family proud, my friends proud.
It means so much to me. My family volunteered in the 99 winter and the 72 summer games. It feels so good. They're really encouraging me and supporting me. It feels so good. So we're 3-0 now. We won 2 yesterday and 1 today.
Can I put them on the spot, Coach? Do you have any expectations for how you want to do the rest of the week?
We want to do really well. We want to succeed, obviously. But from here on, I think it's heads down, focus. We want to win tomorrow. We want to win for the rest of the week.
So that team will be playing again. I think it's 10:30 or 10:45 tomorrow morning in Paradise against Nunavut. While we're here, the CBC gave us these pins to give out. And word got out that I have them, and there's been like a non-stop stream of people trying to come up. So if you see me out and about, ask me for one of these pins. Anyways, it's loud in here, it's hot, it's sweaty. Reporting live for Here and Now, I'm Jeremy Eaton in St. John's.
Well, the first medals of the Canada Games were handed out yesterday right there at the Aquarina, and a member of Team NL was among those standing on the podium. The CBC's Alex Kennedy was there.
The energy inside the Aquarina was sky high Sunday as competition in the 2025 Canada Games kicked off. Here, athletes from across the country got their first chance to compete for hardware. 18-year-old Gavin Baggs of Paradise earned Newfoundland and Labrador's first medal, a silver in swimming.
This means so much as these games are from in Newfoundland and Labrador, and it's just an honor to be able to represent my province and absolutely an honor to win a medal for them.
Baggs is a multi-sport athlete competing in his 4th Games. He'll have a shot at more medals in para track and field next week. Meanwhile, the first gold medal of the Games, that went to Isabella Cooper of Ontario. The 16-year-old smashed a 12-year-old Canada Games record in the 1,500-meter freestyle.
It's definitely unbelievable. I can't even imagine coming into this Games. I didn't think that would be something that would happen, so I'm just really happy with how that went.
Although Prince Edward Island's Veronica McClellan took home bronze, she joined an elite club of athletes on the podium, winning that province's third ever medal in the pool.
It's insane. I had no clue. I was just sitting there and my coach came up to me and he was like, Veronica, you are the third swimmer in PEI to get a medal here. And I was like, what? There's no way. It's crazy. It's like a dream. It's insane.
These competitors were among the first to swim in the renovated Aquarena, a venue built the last time St. John's hosted the Summer Games in 1977. 48 years and a large-scale renovation later, athletes dove back in. Baggs says the revamped pool will open doors for local swimmers.
We have the ability now to train at a high-performance pool, and the Aquarena before was a really great pool, but now that it was revamped for Canada Games, it's just at a whole nother level. So we're really getting that advantage of getting this amazing pool for future generations of swimmers. Swimming will continue here at the Aquarena until Friday, where athletes will be looking to make a splash on their way to the podium. Alex Kennedy, CBC News, St. John's.
right, let's get right into the long-range forecast. A lot of people want to know when the rain is going to come.
Yeah, and that is the ultimate question at this point. We still got a lot of heat to go, though, but there is some shower chances in the long-range forecast. So let's get right into it. As we head into our Wednesday, I'll start to see some more cloud cover, some drizzle on the south coast of the island. That's because we've got that humidity moving in. So we often see that when we start to see some of the humidity move in across the island. So prepare for that through the day. And then we'll see another line of thunderstorms potentially develop for those of you on the west coast or western portion of Labrador, the north coast as well. And overall, the daytime highs are still going to be hot. Upper 20s, low 30s, humidex values in the upper 30s and even low 40s. Same thing for Labrador. 18 degrees for Nain, so you're going to be on the cool end of this, but we still got temperatures around 29 to 32 degrees for a good chunk of the Big Glen. As we look ahead to Thursday, this is when I think, or at least the best chance of showers will be across the island and even up across Labrador. Now, it doesn't look super significant by any means, but at this point, any little bit helps. So that is the hope for Thursday, that we'll see some of that energy move in and bring some shower activity. Same thing for the north coast, or for Labrador as well. And then in behind this is when we'll see that drop in temperature. So we'll start to see those heat warnings drop off. Big drop in temperatures for Lab City down to 15 degrees. Cartwright will be back up. Now, I know you saw a huge drop in temperatures today, but you will see those temperatures rebound. And then across the island, again, we'll see about those heat warnings, but the temperatures will still be in the upper 20s, mid to upper 20s, and that humid air will stick around as well. Long range forecast, we'll finally see a little bit of relief from the heat by the time we get into the weekend. And the good news is it is looking more unsettled. Some shower chances Friday, potentially even Saturday for St. John's and eastern Newfoundland. And then as we look ahead to Central, same thing. Drop in temperatures, 23 Friday, Saturday, 19 degrees. Overnight lows, single digits. Now, this is where we should be sitting this time of year. And then for Western Newfoundland, definitely turning the page there as well with some shower chances. Now, Labrador, you're going to see your temperatures back down to the teens by the time we get to Friday, and Saturday, single digits. For Western Labrador by Friday, you'll rebound by the time you get into Saturday. Our weather photo today on the west coast in Corner Brook. Weekend was a full moon, the sturgeon moon, and with those fires definitely looked like the blood moon, but Walter shared this photo. If you have any weather photos, you can send them to nlphotos@cbc.ca.
Great shot, Walter. Thank you so much. And before we leave you, just want to mention again that Premier John Hogan will provide another update on the wildfire situation in about 15 minutes from now. So we'll be carrying that live on our website, cbc.ca/nl, and on CBC Radio. And of course, we saw a new wildfire erupt on the Avalon near Paddy's Pond earlier today. So this is definitely an evolving situation, and we'll hear what the Premier and other government officials have to say about that at 7:15. That's it for us. Thank you so much for spending part of your evening with us.
Good night.